Hi, so today's tutorial is going to be on methods. So let's start with what methods are. Methods are used in Java to perform a task. Now you could just write all these commands into the main method, but that would be messy. So if we want to have clean code, we should use methods. Now there are a few kinds of methods. There are ones that only perform tasks and don't give you a value, and there are ones that you can give a bit of information and they will return a value based on that information. So I will show you both, and let's get started. So to make a method, you have to go public static. Now static you won't have to use most of the time, but just the way we're going to be referring to these methods, they have to be static. But normally, if you make a method, it won't have to be static, and you probably don't want it to be static because it'll have some weird behaviors. But for now, this is okay for our purposes. Once we start getting into objects and stuff and having multiple classes, then I'll explain a bit more on this topic, but let's just get started. So let's make our first method say hi. So, oh yes, and we also have to give it a return type. So if you give it a void return type, that means that it won't return any value back to us. You won't get any information out of it. Okay, so all this is going to do is just going to print out hi on the screen. So stem.out.println, and then we just whatever we wanted to type in here, hi, and then go like that, and then we can go and then we can just, now if we type this in here, we go like this, and we compile it, and then we run it, it will say hi. And we could write this multiple times, and it'll do the same thing. Okay, so you might be wondering why this would be useful, but imagine this is like 100 lines of code. Now you only have to write one line of code to perform those 100 lines of code. So it makes it a lot easier. Now one thing that we can do is we can pass in information. So let's say we didn't want to say hi anymore, we wanted to say something else. Well, we can get we can kind of get input into this like this. So if we go string like that. Okay, so now this is, we're kind of declaring a variable in here, but we're not setting it equal to anything. So, and now if we use that variable down there, it will print out whatever this value is. Now how do we set that value in there? Well, if someone writes this method, they have to go like this now, and they can write blah 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 in there, and that's what the value of s will be. So if someone writes say hi, and then they put a string in there, this string s is now equal to this, and it will perform the task with that information given to it from its brackets. So we compile it, and this is the technical term for that is called passing in. But so if we run this, it'll say gobbledygook. But now I'm going to show you something actually useful. I'm going to show you how to make a method that will get the hypotenuse of a triangle. So if you don't know what a hypotenuse is, it's the longest length of it's the longest side of a right triangle. And so we'll just call this H for hypotenuse, and we're gonna have to give it 2 doubles, and we'll call this double x and double y. Okay, so we'll go double y, and we also have, now see, this is public static double, and this is going to give us back a value. Okay, so that's why this here has to be double. So it's return type, and then the name of the method, and then your parameters, and then whatever happens inside the method. Okay, so now that I've explained that, let's get started. So we're going to be using math.square, and if you don't know how to calculate the hypotenuse of a triangle, it's the 2 shorter lengths of the triangle times so you have to square the 2 lengths, and then you add them when they're both squared. You add them together, and to square them, it's just the number, whatever the number is, times itself. And then we have to, once you add those together, you have to re-square them. So, or cube them, I think. I'm getting my terms mixed up, but whatever. You'll see once we get this started. So, first thing we have to do is we have to call a method. This is the math method. And normally you'd have to create an object, but this math is used so commonly, it's built into Java, so you don't have to create an object for it. And I'm going to be explaining objects in another tutorial. But anyways, for now, just know that this will square it. So to do the square method, we have to, it's math.sqrt, and then you do brackets, and just like the variable say hi, this one takes in parameters too. So, okay, so x, we're going to times it by itself, so that's, so see, you times it by itself, and then you do another bracket, and like that, and then we're going to times y times y, and then they get squared, and then you have to return this value, return. Okay, return, and now you pass in these 2 values, and it'll perform this operation on it, and then h will have the value of whatever it returns. So an interesting thing with this is you can actually set a double variable equal to that's method. So if we go like this, h let's do 10. So we go like that, and then we tell it to print out h on the screen. Actually, let's not call the variable h, let's call it g. So we set g equal to the method 8. Oh, that's not 8. Or that's not 10. That's I and then an O. So we're setting g equal to h with the values 10 and 10 passed in. And then we're going to system.print it out on the screen. Like this. So if we put g in here, and we compile it, and ooh, wait, we had an error there. What's it telling me? Oh, yes, I got this brackets messed up there. Okay, so if we compile it, it should say no syntax errors, and if we run it, the square root should be 4.1 decimal points and stuff like that. So the square root is like 14.4, which isn't right, I don't think. Okay, so something weird is happening here. Don't know what, but I guess you should get the idea from this. So that's it for this tutorial, and yeah, so I hopefully you understand the idea of passing in and return statements from variables. Now, if you haven't noticed, I've gotten a bit better mic. I'm also using Audacity to make my sound quality a bit better and remove some of the background sound. Anyways, so if you like this video and you want more, like and subscribe. It would be great. Anyways, bye. That's the end of this video.